bud for next year's growth, which is right down there. If we go down to a little bit older wood, we can see a bud that tried to regrow. This one has been knocked back with the frost. Let's get in here. Make sure you can see this. And there is a bud right there. So you can see the straight line where the scar from the leaf was. And then right there at the tip of my thumb is a bud. And this one, they're reddish, but they might be reddish, brownish, like a shiny brown, or a green, depending on the color of your rose. Okay. So if you look back at these, a bud like this would be considered a latent bud, so it's not actively growing. But if we make a cut, the hormones will change in the plant and cause that to start growing. If you see here on this branch, this was a cut last year. When that was cut, it activated these two latent buds and they began to grow and branch. So if we were to come in and make this cut down here, right above this bud, that bud would activate and then it would form a branch. When we make our cuts, we do want to make sure that we are cutting at a 45-degree angle, anywhere from 1/4 to 1/2 inch above our bud. So there's our bud there, and I'm going to angle that cut away from my bud so that water can shed off. We make sure that this is 1/4 to 1/2 inch. Less than 1/4 and it can cause this wood to die down here, killing the bud. More than 1/2 inch and this is going to harbor disease in insects. That also helps it shed water. I don't know if that's real or a wives' tale. In my opinion, if water lands on there, it's going to soak into that pulp anyway, whether or not it has a flat or an angle. It's just that's the lore of roses that's been around a while. If you're careful, you don't need gloves. If you're not careful, it's probably a good idea. So let's review. Remove dead wood first, save buds to the outside, and then you're going to prune to shape and size. I'm going to go ahead and make this a multi-video series so that you get an idea about pruning, because this one's going to get too long if I leave it all together. So in that case, I hope you learned something. Ag Teacher Thoughts out.